And we're live. We're back with the crossover. First episode of 2026. I think that's the first time I've said that it's 2026 out loud, maybe. And lots of questions. And we're going to be on a firm hour here. So we're going to move efficiently through the questions. But first up, we'd just like to welcome the chat and everybody back. It was pointed out that we were gone for about 6 weeks. So I know some of you guys were wondering if this was going to be the last episode ever, that last one. And this one might be, right, Josh?
I don't even remember your guys' names. How do I do this show?
Yeah,
What is it?
who
what
are
is
you?
this? You were like, it's the first time I said 2026, and I was like, I'm pretty sure you didn't even say December 2025.
All right, well, let's do what we usually do. Mail days. I know you have at least one, right?
One.
And I have one. You want to go first?
Yes. I already posted it to my page, so 2016 National Treasures RPA NFL Shield Auto Michael Thomas rookie card. So I've joined the Christian McCaffrey gang of getting the Shield Auto rookie from NT paired with the Black Finite.
Talk about how you like the card in hand. Like, is it up to the standard that you were hoping?
Yeah, it's just that this is my only one. This is my only autograph football card that I have, but it is cool. I like it. I like the holofoil around the window of the patch. And the shield is cool.
Nice. Yeah, the holofoil makes a big difference. That's the main difference too, right? When you go from one parallel to the other on those, it's just really kind of the color of the foil trim.
Yeah, the base like 99 RPAs is just, plain silver color.
Right. Exactly. Well, congrats. And I'll do mine. This is the 2024-25 Panini Silhouette. It's the name of the product. Just had a one year Panini Silhouette. And this is Luca's one of one parallel to his base set card from that product. And it's one of the things that makes it kind of unique is that it's one of his very few Lakers uniform 2024-25 cards. So there it is.
When do you take it out of the eBay sleeve?
Yeah, I don't know. Laziness usually wins these battles, and I'll end up like dropping this off to get graded at the National, and it'll still be in this sleeve. But maybe the most prudent thing would be to at least take it out and just make sure there's no dust on the surface or anything. But I also think maybe graders kind of help. Like if there's a little speck of dust, I think they'll blow that off for you. So it's probably going to live in there until July. So as we move through mail days here, Christina doesn't have a mail day yet, but you might. Who is typing for the card letter count? But that's
me. My bad.
Okay,
I thought it was under my account. Sorry.
No, that's good. This is called giving a corporate social media account some personality.
When anyone thinks that I run that account, I can just blame Christina.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So
what you were saying, what you were alluding to.
When is your mail day? You have a big mail day from
tomorrow
across an ocean.
I believe it's tomorrow.
Nice.
I have to make arrangements with the person.
Okay. All right. Well, let's now get to the questions and the comments. So first up, we have from What Are We Doing Here? It's good to be back. Is it? Question to the panel. Is it good to be back?
Is it? I mean,
it was nice to have a break.
Was it like I feel like with stories and DMs. Like, we weren't ever really gone.
Fair. Next question from Raw Cards. You guys have been on a break for 6 weeks. My question is, how dare you?
This is an office joke. It's an office joke.
Yeah.
Let's give him some grace.
Should people expect us to what should people adjust their expectation? I'm kind of liking this once a month thing right now.
Yeah. We should make it once a month until people stop with questions like that. How about that?
How about like
until people pay we should set a ransom, like a GoFundMe that has to fill before the next episode drops.
Super chats.
We need to bring the super chats in, I think.
All right. Up next from Cage Lawyer. Chris collects Jokic and Jordan. Josh collects LeBron, even though he doesn't make his teammates better. Christina collects Maxey. But what is Stiff's PC? The Stiff fan club, parentheses me, wants to know. So, Cage, channeling the great Andrew with a bit of LeBron slander. Stiff collects sets. So he's put together the most recent set I think he completed, or one of the more recent ones, was the I think it was the 2023. You can look at his page, his Instagram, Stiff Arm Wax, and I know that he's put together several sets, and he's put together. He loves the flawless patch cards of like the football greats, and he's got a lot of stuff out there. So his page has got a lot of stuff, and he's kind of got a cheat code because he obviously has the skills, the photography and the videography skills and the visual design skills, so he can make his stuff look great more easily than most of us can.
He's got the 2020 Donruss rookie Gridiron Kings autograph set at a 40. They're at a 49 each, and it's all the rookies.
Yep. That's one of his sets.
He also put together the Starcade Golds, which was awesome.
The Starcade from the debut of those Starcade inserts. He made the whole gold set.
Yeah.
For NFL.
Like he finds like unique sets and like subsets and inserts, and he'll be like, "I'm going after this."
Yeah, and he's big on football.
Mm-hmm.
But he also has like
he's got
some Dennis. Okay, and he's got some Dennis Rodman. And he likes who else is he also likes Andre Iguodala. A lot of stuff. He's got a lot of different stuff out there.
He definitely likes football. This set's cool.
Yeah.
That's a great rookie class, by the way.
Not a bad one.
Dude, definitely look at this. It's got Burrow, like the quarterbacks everybody knows, but it also has CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy, T. Higgins. It's kind of loaded. Jefferson, holy crap. Jonathan Taylor, dude, 2020 is loaded. Holy smokes. They have like a bunch of offensive player of the year guys, all pros. Yeah, his photos are sick. Starcade. He definitely likes the football stuff. Oh, this is like vintage, like arcade football style. That's cool.
Yeah. What do you think about that Starcade set?
I think it's cool. I like the style.
I think he's got a Tyson Fury Leaf 101 somewhere in there.
There it is.
Yeah, that card is nuts.
He was showing me some flawless stuff at National that I thought was cool. Oh, Josh Jacobs rookie. All right.
Do you remember that book from Brack Ball Cards?
Yep. Whatever happened to that guy?
What did happen to that guy? Hobby legend. Fell off the
That's taking a little far.
Well, he did publish a book.
Urban legend. I could publish
Yeah.
a book right now on Amazon. All you have to do is make a Google Doc and then like send it to Amazon, make a post about it, and or like make like a sales posting about it, and Amazon will print it every time someone buys it.
Fair enough. All right. Let's move on here. Jake Sports World says, Happy New Year. Looking forward to another episode. Question for all three of you, with it being a new year. What are your hobby goals? Love the content. Josh, we know you love to set annual goals.
I do.
Was that a question?
Do you have any goals? Are there any goals you'd like to share?
I really want more Antonio Brown one-on-ones. I'm struggling to find them. I'm hitting a bit of a lull in finding anything, honestly. I don't know if it's like I've bought everything that's available or what. I don't know. Anything one-on-one football, I need more.
Great goal. Christina, goals?
One, I would really like to finish the 2020 Prism Rainbow for Maxi Kleba. So if anyone has or any kind of lead on the neon green fast break out of 5, I'd really appreciate it this year, please. Like it's like Panini doesn't even have the NBA license anymore, and I'm still chasing this card. Also, the 2018 Threads Luka Doncic Black Dazzle of number 141, the blue jersey. I'd really like to complete the trifecta there.
Nice. I'm with Orlando.
World peace.
Orlando says here, because it's time to start zagging. I'm not a goal setter. I'm not a good goal setter. I just buy what I love that catches my eye. I mean, I'm the same way. If I'm going to make a goal, why wait until the turn of the new year to do it?
Yeah, that's kind of my vibe right now. I was listening to a podcast and they were like, "Oh, you started that on January 1st." He's like, "Yeah, but that was just random. Like I'll start whenever. It's just start it today."
the coincidental New Year start kickoff.
It was like January 2nd. It was like, "Oh, that was your New Year's resolution." He was like, "Nope, I just started it that day. It's time to get things going."
Dude, how about this? How about Ruben's pointing out that the real zag is the zig if everybody is zagging? I'll let people take a second to figure that out. Mark wants to know, Christina, at what point do you stop looking for that rainbow?
When you get it.
Maybe that should, you know what? What if you zagged against this rainbow?
I just burn it.
And you said, I'm done. I'm not going to complete. I'm going to, my New Year's resolution is to stop caring about this rainbow.
What if they like went into the database and they were like, "Oh shoot, we actually never printed those. Whoops."
Supposedly Panini checked for me.
Oh.
And it did make it into packs. I had a very long conversation at Mint 2 with the Panini brand manager of 2020 Prism. Fast Break that year was an Asia exclusive product. So like what he told me was that I'm on the wrong continent. I need to be looking in Asia and Australia for this card. Which makes sense because the bronze Fast Break out of 20 was pulled in an Australian card shop, and I only found out because someone who listens to Crossover was in the shop when the kid pulled the card and was like, "I know who will buy that card from you." So shout out to the Crossover listeners. I know what you can do. You guys are just like all trolling me, and Cage probably owns 4 of the 5 at this point.
Dude, he might.
I mean, he's made enough jokes where I'm like kind of suspicious. I'm about to go to his house.
Christina's got that like board on her wall with pins and through pictures of all the hobby suspects who might be stashing these cards and keeping them from her.
No, yeah, I have
like she burns a 2 a.m. cigarette.
Yep,
the red yarn
with the red yarn.
Yeah. I also have a list of suspects, and I like cross them off with red lipstick as I think that they're innocent.
That's some Billy Madison stuff.
Yeah. Thank you for getting that.
Next question from Perimeter Collectibles, who recently made his podcast debut with Iowa Dave in an episode that I recommend highly.
Let's go.
There have recently been a couple high-end auctions where it was not clear whether the card had an on-card autograph or a sticker autograph. In these instances, is it on the auction house to proactively clarify?
Is this like those MJs or something? Because wouldn't you know based on the set?
Well, that's
Like,
true. Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like if you're familiar with the set, then
You would
even if
know.
the let's start here. I've noticed this, but maybe for years, but I also think it's been like as difficult as ever to encounter a card and I don't know what the set is. And I really I have to pinch and zoom and like look
Right.
for any inclination of the contour of a sticker being on the surface of the card because these scans have gotten so refined that they really do a nice job of obscuring whether it's a sticker or not. Have you noticed that too?
Oh yeah. I don't know.
So the
Like,
question, yeah.
you wouldn't put like sticker auto in the title, and so even if you like put it in the description, I don't know that the auction house is supposed to be like, "Hey guys, just so you know, this card sucks." You know, it's like, this is a sticker. Don't
There's
buy it.
certainly there's certainly an onus on the buyer to look up the set.
I think
That-
so.
I
But
think
do
that-
you remember those MJs though, where they were like putting the sticker autos onto random cards? I was thinking that. You remember that?
Oh yeah, they would like take it off of one card and put it onto the 1986 Fleer.
And then Beckett would like grade the autograph
Right.
and then like
Yeah.
label the card. That was confusing to me. So I thought maybe that was the case. But if it's the set, you should look at other scans of cards in that set and try to figure it, look at multiple pictures to try to figure it out. Because if it's on one card in the set, it's most likely. Now there's some exceptions to that. Like, remember like Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce rookie cards are all stickers. So there is some like edge cases where that's not true. So you got to be careful.
Yeah, and I'll say another thing on sort of that side of it, and then take the other side. Should they also have to declare if the memorabilia piece is player worn, game worn, or not associated? Dicks off the rack.
Back scans of the back of the card. I think it's on the onus is on the auction house to provide scans that hopefully are not, don't have too many filters on them, and it's just like, this is the scan of the card, the way it looks, here's the front and the back.
Nice. All right, now are you ready for the CEO bro zag? Or I don't know how to like exactly. This is like this is going to be the Dale Carnegie zag. All right, that's how we're going to zag into this. It benefits actually the auction house in the long run to not have leaving any bad customer experiences with people who might feel like they got deceived by the photo, even though we can make a reasonable case that the onus is on the customer. So it's in the longer run, over time, will only benefit the auction house to make sure that their customers know whether they're getting a sticker autograph card or not. And that in that very specific situation, unlike the memorabilia where you can read on the back and nothing's really obscured there, in this situation, like if the picture is a little bit unclear as to whether it's a sticker or not, and it's going to provide a better customer experience in the end. So what do you think about that?
When you get the card in the mail and you now are for the first time finding out it has a sticker, I think the auction house, to your point, they don't have to take it back or whatever based on their terms, but it would be in the interest of the company to do right by the customer, be like, oh, you didn't know, return it, sorry, move on.
Yeah. Christina?
I don't foresee that being a world in which we live in, that the auction house will be like, oh yeah, you didn't do your research, so we'll take it back.
Yeah, I don't think that. I don't know. It'd be tricky. That's
like
why
say,
you head that off at the pass by just making sure that it's somewhere in the description or somewhere.
I agree.
You know,
it should be like categorized. Like they should, like the auction houses should categorize the cards. Like tell me, like player so and so, auto, yes, no, on card, yes. Or
Right.
like auto, is it on card? Is it sticker? Is it after the fact? Like
The
IP.
auction house would chime in at this point and say, but we're trying to sell a card on behalf of a consigner, and so we don't want to draw attention to a card's negative, like less desirable property.
If the Christian McCaffrey Shield auto that you had was a sticker, would you have bought it?
Ooh.
And you knew there was a sticker, like you knew up front.
I don't know.
I'm looking at the Travis Kelce, and I'm asking myself the same question.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. It's not more so. It's not so much that I'm like rigidly against sticker autographs. It's that I'm not really an autograph card collector. Period.
That's
more
that's dodging the question. You bought
know.
it. You
I
bought
know.
it. So like, would you have not bought it if there was a sticker? Is that the thing that makes you not buy it? Just isolate that variable.
I think I still would for his NT. I think I still would because what else? How would I? What would I substitute it for? Or
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I still would. Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
still would.
Fair.
You?
It's mostly an aesthetic thing for me. I know that's maybe weird. Like, this is why the player worn doesn't bother me, because this aesthetically it looks exactly the same. Like, it's just a mental thing. Like, oh, this guy wore it in a game. I don't really care. But like the sticker just looks aesthetically weird to me.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
And it wasn't always that way. So like those mid 2000s contenders rookie autographs, which have a sticker, but the sticker, rather than trying to be hidden using this sort of translucent piece of plastic, instead they like lean into the intentionality of it being a sticker by making it this big shiny piece that like has a prominent placement. It actually looks fine to me. Like that Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger, that whole era of guys have this.
Show my screen really quick. I like this one. Sure. See, like this one doesn't bother me at all. This is the 2004 contenders, Larry Fitzgerald. It's like exactly what you said. I think it actually like is part of the design. They kind of worked it into it, you know?
I like the way those look. I bet they have that. I bet those stickers have a nice shot of platinum holofoil tint to them that looks cool.
And like the way that it's positioned as a rectangle, sort of like in the bottom middle. It's like off-centered, but it's off-centered intentionally to account for this design aspect on the left. It looks cool.
Yeah. Christina, what do you say?
I like the design of that. I wouldn't say it's off-center. I would say that like Josh said, like it was a design feature chosen.
Right. So look at the Travis Kelce really quick. We made this our own question and topic, but who cares?
That's fine. Maybe if people who like send in questions had better topics for us to talk about, we would have shows more often. Just saying.
So see how it's like, because it's a sticker, it like is pulling the color from what's behind it because it's like transparent, but then it just looks like an off-white shimmery weirdness. And your point, they're like trying to hide it or whatever.
Right. Yep.
But they can't use like clear tape because they have to have some sort of
authentication.
Yeah, exactly. It has to be like a real sticker, so they have to like imprint their watermark on it. Ugh.
True.
All I know is that Maxi Kleba signed like 1 million sticker sheets for Panini at one point, and they just used them for everything. So like all of his autos are stickers. Like even his rookie year, like dual auto with like Dennis Smith Jr. or whatever the fuck that guy's name was. That guy signs in gold Sharpie. And then they just stuck a Maxi Kleba blue ink sticker on the card, like next to the gold Sharpie on card signature. Like it's so bootleg, that card. But yeah, so that stuff pisses me off. Like if you're gonna do sticker for both.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I can definitely get that too. Okay. Up next from House of Cards, can you discuss the term case hit and how that has affected modern collecting habits? Do collectors now crave case hits even over more rare, lower numbered parallels that have smaller print runs just because of the term case hit? You like your case hit?
I take it the opposite. That term has ruined those cards for me. Or those cards have ruined the term. I hear case hit and I'm like, ugh, stay
Here we
away. It's some overprinted kaboom garbage. No, thank you.
Let's go. Let's start from the ground up here. What does it mean, Christina? What does it mean to be a case hit? Or how do you interpret that?
Isn't
or do you even care to interpret it?
Isn't it that like the insert or whatever the card is, that set, one of those players will fall one per case.
Exactly. So
case being like there are 12 packs in one box, 8 boxes in a case.
exactly.
Do the math, and that one.
Do you remember when Revolution Basketball? Do you remember when Revolution Basketball used to be really cheap, and we would buy like a half case or a case?
They're called inners. Because some product has inners within the case. Like there'll be 2 or 4 inners within a case. Like so.
And so the idea would be like if one of those Revolution cases had 2 inners and each inner had 8 boxes, then there's 16 boxes in that case. And then the idea of a case hit is that if you have like a 20 card insert set, one of those 20 cards falls in each case. So it's trying to sort of gesture or make the term at its core is a reference to how often cards from that set are inserted. And it's 1 per case or 1 per every 16 boxes or however many packs are in there. 16 times however many, let's say for the sake of easy math, it's 10. 16 times 10 packs, that's 160 packs. So a case hit is the same thing as saying in that hypothetical instance, 1 in 160 packs.
It, to me, when you like that they made that a thing is just manufacturers' way to give you the odds without telling you the print run. Like because the odds,
because they can print a ton of it.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, it's a case hit, but how many cases are there? Like, are there a million cases?
To that point, that lots of them are unnumbered to that point. Right.
Yeah.
The case hit is unnumbered. Yeah. So you don't know the print run. So like the unnumbered and the case hit go nicely together too, and then lets people sort of speculate. Well, how many are out there? It's a case hit after all.
But it becomes like it's been turned and bastardized into just completely centered around breaking, to where the breakers are going to open this entire case on camera, and then they know they're going to get the one big case hit. So everything's kind of centered around when they hit that card. What player is it going to be? Is it going to be Cooper Flag for these all kings? You know, it looks like the playing deck card, and then it turns into, okay, these case hits now need to be put into repacks because there's some sort of, it's like consistent. Whereas the gold prisms, for example, there's only 10 and we don't know how many cases they've printed. So there may be 1 in every case. There may be 1 in every 50 cases. But where at the case hit, it's very consistent. We know we're getting this like steady stream of constant. There's going to be at least one of these. It's going to be in the break on the video. It's going to be in the next repack. We're going to have plenty of supply for everybody.
Exactly. So we've like sort of started from the ground up here and built and explained what a case hit is. And now to get to the heart of the question, what has been the impact on the term case hit sort of becoming a part of the marketing lingo that's used to promote cards? This is a case hit. It's like, to me, once I think about what case hit actually means, it's just a statement of insertion odds. That's what it's leading to. And like, it does sort of, the break of a case is oriented around everybody can sort of expect that one of these cards is going to show up. So that sort of is, that the bar, the expectation that's built into the experience of opening it, the entertainment of it. So like that card is always front of mind, which, I think sort of starts to burn the image of that card into the mind of everybody who's following along on that product. So it's just like this relentless marketing for the card by virtue of it being a case hit and it being the thing that the box build that the break builds up to ultimately leading to. But at the end of the day, case of the hit is just a statement of rarity, and there inevitably in ultra modern products there will be many rarer things. So case hit means these fall one per case. Cards that are numbered to something low, or things that fall less commonly than one per case, are rarer. So doesn't that sort of automatically mean that if what we care about is the fact that it's a case hit, and case hit conveys rarity, and there are things that are demonstrably rarer, then in this rarity analysis, doesn't the case hit nature of it actually just really serve to elevate even more the things that are rarer than the case hit? So I don't know. That's
like
what I look at.
2015 Revolution, to your point, the Galactics were the case hits. And based on like pop reports and everything, we've kind of like, and it's been out long enough that we can kind of judge there's about 20 copies of each of those. But like these modern ones, like this, I'm looking at like the Prism Black manga. There's like 32 PSA 10s just for Steph Curry.
Right.
And that's like that's not even regular Prism, that's Prism Black. And it's like a far less popular product than Prism, a more obscure insert, and there's more PSA 10s of that than there are of a 2015. So you have to be a little bit careful to just assume that the case hit's rare.
Definitely. And to that point, a case hit, its total supply, like you're pointing out, is a function of how many total cases were made, and there are many, many more cases being made today than were in 2015. So that's one element. And then the other element that I think kind of goes hand in hand with it is that there can be more than one case hit. I would guess that in 2015-16 Revolution, the Galactic was the case hit, and it was the only case hit, and there was a simplicity to that. But the other day, you and Josh were comparing notes on 25-26 Topps Chrome basketball, and I showed you one of Jokic's insert superfractor, one of ones that's for sale on eBay. And then you were like, well, how many of these does he have total? How many insert superfractor one of ones does he have? And I went to the checklist, and I saw that he has 13. He appears in 13 different insert sets, each of which has a superfractor one of one. And so that's one angle of understanding.
Those aren't case hits because they're numbered inserts. Right. So that doesn't even include the All Kings and the Ultraviolet case hits and like these other ones that are strictly just that one copy. There's not parallels.
Exactly. So like the base version of all 13 of those cards, though, and maybe even more insert sets, could be case hits.
Oh, I see.
They could have tons of case hits. I don't know. I haven't looked at the marketing materials. I don't know how many are marketed as case hits.
The case hit is not in a vacuum of this is the case hit. You get this card once per case, but you also might get multiple case hits of other. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there could be multiple case hits, and like in the era where so many cases are being made, tens of hundreds of thousands. I don't know how many cases are being made. The case hits, that doesn't even really convey very much rarity anymore. Like to your point about the Prism Black mangoes, but like when the downtowns, I think, are case hits in at least some instances, and there's like pop reports of like hundreds and hundreds of those for each of the players. So case hit doesn't even really convey the rarity that it once did during the 2015-16 Revolution era.
Well, to your point, I searched on sales history. I searched 2025 Topps. Let me do Topps Chrome to make this more accurate. Topps Chrome case hit flag, Cooper flag. There, and these are what the listing titles say, so take that with a grain of salt. But the 2025 Topps Chrome patented refractor case hit, the Fanatical case hit, the Ultraviolet case hit, Rock Stars case hit, All Kings case hit, Paradox. These are all inserts case hit.
That's a lot of case hits, dude.
But then the Fanatical also has orange out of 25, red out of 5.
Christina, when are you announcing Christina's case hit PC? No, Christina, I want you. Look, Brendan Ryan had a great comment here, and he's like reflecting on how manufacturers interact with the community, and he's basically concluding we have to stop telling them what we like, or else they just exploit it.
But dude, I'm telling you, if every collector today stood up and said we hate all these case hits, they would still do it because the driving force of all of this is the breaking and the structure of the break where they open a case and then it gets funneled into these repacks and it gets cycled around. That system is not going away.
No, that system is just getting stronger and stronger.
So, recently I was talking to a bunch of card shop owners, and so they're the ones who were telling me this. So take it with a grain of salt, as this is going to be competing with them. But what they were telling me was like, never buy product on eBay, like sealed wax, because what people will do is they'll buy a case, hit the case hit, and then like put all the rest of the boxes up for sale as like single boxes on eBay.
The thing that makes me angry about that is that I know it's not just collectors doing it. It's probably mostly flippers and repackers that are buying these. But like the fact that the floor price of all of these case hits is $1,000 is what orients everybody to like have to go get all these case hits versus like the organic market of, okay, there's so many of these. Why are these so expensive individually versus like the one-of-ones? Why are people buying these? That's the part that like really frustrates me, because like every Kaboom sells for $5,000 no matter what, because it's this like case hit thing and it holds the value and it's always going to auction well. And I don't know.
100%.
Great points here. All right, let's move on to some more here. Mostly Soccer Card asks, pump or dump the select field level and court sides? What once was the rarest tier among the base card tiers in select, although now there are even more tiers, but select field levels and court sides. Pump or dump?
Like pump one, dump the other. Like I guess, is this like,
well, they're being equated.
What is this?
They're basically the similar thing. Field level is for football select, court size for basketball select, and the question is, do you support or do you not support them
As its own tier, or the fact that they kept adding tier? Like I guess I'm not comprehending the question here.
Well,
Can you say it in a
mostly
different
Soccer
way?
Card is not here, and we're all reading the same text.
Well, then I will interpret it as stupid and say next question. No, I'm kidding. I don't like, do I like these cards, I guess? Sure. I don't know what the question, that I don't understand.
Somebody write that title down, please, Steph. Do I like these cards? ... Sure. You should consider speech writing.
The pump or dump part of the question makes it seem like, do I think they're undervalued or not?
Fair. Yeah, you can take it that way.
I do not. I think they're perfectly valued.
Yeah. I definitely wouldn't pump them, because I think they already, to Josh's point, get plenty of accolades and respect in the market and so on and so forth. So I wouldn't pump, but I wouldn't dump them either. I think they're really cool. I have several and I like them, and I like what they stand for and the uniqueness that they have in the select product, and on and on. So neither pump nor dump.
What a horrible answer.
Thank you. All right, let's go. Jonathan Taylor Cards. Lately, I want to get my stuff out of boxes and into a more organized and easy to flip through situation. I love the concept of the top loader binder, but the top loader binders all have these black felts where you can't see the back unless you pull them out. So I'm curious, how do you guys do it, and do you have any recommendations?
I have such a great take on this. You ready?
Let's go.
I have to jump in. I like it when they're in boxes that force the person who's looking through your collection to have to put in a lot of effort to take them out and like kind of organize it themselves. I watched you do this at my house, and I thought it was like, I just like the experience where here's a big box of cards, you figure it out, and you sort of like, we're working through the order of them, and like if there was any logic to it, or you're like, how do I organize these? And it just turned into like a whole hour-long experience of you having to like really understand the cards, and it kind of made it seem like you were forced to enjoy them more, versus like the binder book, you're just sort of flipping through it and you're done. You know, it's like a 5-minute thing. This is why I don't like the wall displays. It's like, okay, I've seen it. There's all your cards. You know, you can't really like sit down and enjoy it.
Nice. I've never heard that take before. That's good. It's good.
I was a little busy during that hour, getting crushed at the cacti game.
Yeah.
Getting my ass kicked by a 6-year-old.
So there's a side, or there's a point of view that says there's a zag against the top loader binder. Okay, but what if somebody really wants the binder still? Do you have a solution, or other than just kind of abandoning the binder for top loader worthy cards?
I thought some of them had clear backs.
Yeah, I think you should check with different manufacturers. I think some of them do have like full on clear, like the old school raw, like card sleeves.
Okay.
There's someone we know that has one of these, maybe at National or something. I'm trying to think.
I definitely remember someone throwing it down and showing us.
I definitely saw one where I could see the backs. I will
Yeah.
say that. I know they exist. I've seen that.
Yeah, look harder. That's my advice to you.
It was almost like the pages were like vacuum sealed, like they were really meant for the graded cards, and they were really they fit very tight.
Nice. All right, there. That could solve it right there. If the fully see-through top loader sleeves exist.
I'm sure if you made a story post asking for help looking for those ones, I'm sure they're out there.
I'm sure if you ask ChatGPT to find it for you, they'll make something up.
All right. Gonna march through a few more here as we get to the final quarter of the show.
Oh, there you go. Hazen Card says PSA binders have clear backs.
Nice. Awesome. Shout out Hazen Cards. That's a name I haven't seen in a little while.
Hazen,
Nice.
Hazen. I've heard it both ways.
Okay. Scuba Steve Sports Card says, in November's mail day, Josh showed a 2017 Tyreek Hill 1-of-1 that he previously owned and then reacquired. I assume that reacquiring a previously owned 1-of-1 is a rare occurrence. As I've been consolidating my PC, one thing that has made it easier is knowing that I can potentially reacquire cards in the future if I so choose. I don't imagine that a 1-of-1 collector is able to have that mindset. Is the opportunity to reacquire a 1-of-1 more common than we might assume? Can you speak to the mindset of the 1-of-1 collector when the time comes to move on from a card?
If it's a 1-of-1, you should assume you're never getting it back. I only bought it because it was like, wow, I actually have a chance to get it back. That's crazy. I should just buy it.
Have you ever sold a 1-of-1 with the expectation, though, that... Okay, so like I think there is like a bit of an exception. Like if the 1-of-1 is going into the Flipper's Vortex.
Yeah, I would say it this way. I see where you're going with this. I would say it like this. I have given up on an auction on a 1-of-1, knowing that the winner is probably going to send it back and I'll get it cheaper later. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. But that comes with the risk that somebody else slides in and picks up the card before they get a chance to send it back. So,
have you done this?
Have I ever bought back a 1-of-1?
Or would you answer your own question, I guess? I'm more interested in that one.
What was my own question?
You were like, would you sell it thinking you might be able to get it back later?
Oh, right. There is like the rare case where maybe you have like your network of all your collectors of a player, like all the Luka collectors or something, and I sell a 1-of-1 to one of the other Luka collectors, and I sort of know that it's probably going to stay there, and that if I really want to come back later and pay more, I might have a decent shot.
I was thinking the McCaffrey optic vinyl. You basically knew that wasn't coming back.
Yeah, no, I really did, and I'm like, okay, so that's a great example. So yeah, like with stuff like that, it's like like something like that. There is no reasonable world where I should expect that I'll be able to get it back.
Do you regret that one?
Yeah, I do. I continue to grow fonder and fonder of the optical vinyl. So
that's the only one that came to my mind because I was like, I wish you had that card. I love that one.
Yep, me too.
Yeah,
me too. And I had more than just that one too. I had several.
At least it's with a collector.
It totally is. Yeah, no, I know where it is. So I can always threaten him.
That's a joke. Let me put the disclaimer up now. Everything said on the crossover is a joke, sarcasm, and satire. Legal makes me say that.
The autograph. Thank you, Christina.
No one
and Legal.
listens to this.
The autographed version of that card is live at auction on eBay right now.
No, it's
Yes,
not.
it is. And that's the thing about Optic that was always a little bit tricky for me, although like I care less and less about that overall,
Yeah.
is that it has the base version, it has the Optic version. Oh no.
What?
Oh no.
Did someone just buy it?
Shoot. Dude, it's at like $8,000.
Yeah.
And guess what? The insert optic vinyl one of one autograph is also at auction.
Now that one has a sticker.
And it has no bids.
Yeah, it was like it was listed as like a bin today or yesterday, and then the guy took it down and put it as an auction real quick.
There's also
good until kickoff.
There's also a Spectra one of one with an aftermarket IP auto.
Oh man.
Or it might be one of those like in a repack, whatever the stupid ones where they, yeah, because he like hand serial numbered one of one on it. Ugh.
When they do my autopsy, they will examine my brain and find that every one of one card that received an IP auto took a day off my life until finally the end came. Do you want to show the auction for the autograph one just because it's such a cool card?
Yeah, you love to hurt yourself in auctions. This is smart. That's good.
Maybe it'll work out like the way the last one did, and somebody will buy it and then just give it to me.
I'm ready.
Let's bring that up.
I don't hate these cards. These on card, like legit one of one vinyl rookie autos. Do you?
Dude,
you
those cards rule. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. But you were saying that you don't want to have to get both of them, maybe, or like.
It was looking like it'd be difficult to get both and expensive, and it's even more expensive now. So
this card rules.
Yeah, that card's great. It's a really great card.
You know, I have the 2016 Tyreek optic vinyl rookie.
Yeah.
The guy who sold me that also has the auto version, but it's a sticker auto, and I just wanted no part of it.
Fair. And then in that case, you know, you have the non-autographed version to fall back on.
If you had your other one still, would you go after this one?
Without a doubt, I would. I would win this without hesitation.
I kind of feel like you should get this card.
Yeah, it's a cool one. It's a very cool one.
I want to be a really not a bad influence, a good influence. Get this card.
Yeah, but you just like, what if it's like 12 grand or like 15 grand? Like you have to sanity check spending that much money on a running back.
I'll give you something to check. That card's sick, bro. That
card is really, really cool.
PSA 910, that's sick.
Yep. How many watchers does that have, or how many likes or whatever?
I'm gonna bid this fucking card. How about that?
You can't.
What do you mean? I can win this thing.
No, but you can't bin it though.
I said bid.
Oh, bid. Sorry.
I think Andy's trying to get it.
I don't give a crap.
Andy's having his lawyer draft a letter right now.
Yeah. I don't have any Christian McCaffrey cards because I have like at least one of like all the best fantasy guys from this era. I just need a McCaffrey, and you guys are blocking me.
Would this one actually fit though? Like, would you?
Well, Andy has all the optic vinyls, and you have all the finites. I literally can't get anything.
Yeah. Yep. I hear you.
And Le'Veon Bell, I haven't been able to find any of that either.
Dude, I'm sitting on some Le'Veons.
All right, next question.
All right, let's. Yep, thank you, Christina. And can you add the questions back to the stage, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
We've got about 9 minutes here. From Overtime Sam, are funds like the Shine/Mr. Wonderful Index good for the hobby and in general? What are your thoughts on a small number of people owning a large percentage of high-end cards? How does this affect the hobby long term? So like the thing where I always stumble with questions like this, or I get tripped up with them, is what is good? What is like, for example, Sam, who sent this question, like what you think is good for the hobby might be completely different than what I think is good for it.
Yeah, the like undertone of this question is always like does this make everyone's cards go up in value forever? And does it bring more people to the
Does
hobby?
it bring more people in? Does it push card prices up? Right.
But not like
is-
all
yeah.
card value, Josh. Just his card value. Because he doesn't care about you making money.
Well, I actually read into this question that this question I think is skeptical. I think this question's sort of not a
Same.
fan. Yeah,
Same.
I think this question's kind of like, are you concerned about this?
But if we're to say, if he's concerned about it with the undertone that he wants the hobby to grow, then it's a good thing. Because if you want the hobby to shrink, this might help.
Right. Well, there, Sam's in the chat. He says, yes, he's skeptical. So, I think some of the consequences of this immediately is that, it's creating a mold for other people maybe in similar positions to do the same thing and to create a pathway for replicating this fund model. These guys, I think, say that they've put 9 figures into this fund. So,
Do you treat this any different than like the faceless funds like Dick's Sporting Goods? Or wasn't it Dick's that bought the Skeens?
Yeah.
Like the actual like literal corporation buying it versus like 2 guys that are.
I think they're in a very similar bucket to me. What about to you?
Well, I mean, like Shine is in the hobby, and like we know he actually likes the cards. We've talked to him, we've seen him at shows. He's passionate about the space. Whereas like the Dick's Sporting Goods is like, yeah, this isn't even like anyone's money. It's like an investment for the company. That just seems even more disconnected.
Fair.
It's similar outcome though, to your point.
Flip side, maybe though the one that Dick's has could be likelier to come back to market quicker just because there isn't a connection to it outside of it as a tourist attraction. And so when it loses that luster, send it right back to Fanatics and put it up for auction again.
I don't know, like there's nothing we can really do about this kind of stuff. People have money and that's what they're going to do. And most like, dude, the cards that these guys are buying are out of reach for 99.9% of us.
Yep. Totally. Yeah. One of the things though, like if they were plucking, like if that index was eyeing that McCaffrey optic gold vinyl.
Exactly.
That would be very annoying.
Exactly.
Because that it's going into this fund and it has, multiple owners and the likelihood of it coming out or selling, like you kind of either have to just wait for the fund to dissolve or else. I mean, I think they've made proclamations about several of the cards in that fund that like this stuff's never leaving in our lifetimes type of thing.
Yeah, but I mean, like, in order for them to go after $10,000 cards, they'd have to like really do that at volume and get specific, and it would be just like madness.
Right.
Because the way that they're doing is like, let's buy 1 card a month or whatever and spend millions of dollars, and it's a little bit easier to just pick a few cards. But if you're going after $10,000 cards, now you're opening yourself up to like everything.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I don't know. What's good? What's good in my opinion is when all the cards that I want are as cheap as possible, and they fall right at my feet.
No, that's terrible. If you had every card you ever wanted right now in your possession, you would hate the hobby. Very
true. Very true. There needs to be a challenge. It needs to be. I need to be able to choose my adventure that optimizes my enjoyment, but realizes the reward too.
You know what's optimized? Reality, real world. You already have it. You're living the optimized life already. You are choosing your adventure the way you are purposely picking things that are hard to get on purpose. You've optimized it yourself. How about that?
Right. Yep. I hear you. All right. We've got 4 minutes. Let's see if we can get to a few more here. Wilt, 1 of 1, says, what do you think the multiplier in price should be for a Prism or a Select 1 of 1 versus something from a brand like Limited or Hoops?
So to me, it depends. Like, are we talking base cards? Because like, if the insert
1 of 1, Prism or Select 1 of 1,
right, and then Hoops like 1 of 1, or like I would imagine like Don Russ
Yes.
is somewhere in that scale as well. But like, if we're talking base cards, like I have no idea what the like exact multiplier is. You could figure that out by looking at other like historical prices of same year, same rookie, or LeBron, and just doing some math and a spreadsheet. But like, if the card looks sick and it's in hoops and it's a insert 1 of 1, like I'd rather have that like 100 times more than a black fireworks 1 of 1.
Fair. But like, make it apples to apples.
So base.
Yeah.
Let me do some math and I'll get back to you. There's an answer to this, so let me do some research.
Yeah, the question, and all questions like this are a little bit cloudy to me, because what does should mean? Like, I've questioned the operative word in back-to-back questions here, but like, what do you mean should? Like, for who? I'll tell you this: if I ever, the solution to this for me is to sort of find where my dollar goes the furthest. And like, hoops is always an interesting example, because for a lot of players, their hoops base at 1 of 1 is their first card from the ultra modern era. Like, I'm pretty sure for Jason Tatum that his hoops 1 of 1 is his first 1 of 1 ever made. And so, if the hoops is selling for 2% of the prism or 10% of the prism or whatever, I'm not going to get into an argument of should it be that or not. I'm just going to say I like what the hoops offers, especially at this cost. What do you say, Josh?
I love the next question.
Okay, all right. Let's quickly get to that one here as we wrap up.
Sorry.
So this is actually a combination of 3. So 3 different people sort of had questions that are on the same topic. Okay, so let's go through them. Cajun Cardboard submitted this question to us. In order of public demand, 1 Kabooms, 2 Downtown, and 3 Then What? Did you want to address that one in particular, or like this whole cluster?
I was looking at that Luka Black, and I just kind of want to hear what you thought about it.
Yeah, okay. So all right. Then the second part of his question is, also, did that Luka Black for $375,000 get paid? And the Hobby G writes in, the Luka Black Prism, $375,000. Basically, why? And Playing Years writes in, are any of these sales real? Are all of these sales real? So does anybody have that Luka pulled up? Because it did finally get marked paid in Alt's database. Okay.
Yes. I'm ready.
Christina, will you
Yeah.
do the honors?
So the important thing to note here is that Alt on their website, they have like a few different phases of the status of where the card is at. The auction ends, it's like pending. And then when the payment has been initiated, it says like payment pending. So there's the second status. And then it's actually like paid. And this one is paid. We don't pull it in until it's paid. So you will not see it in card letter until it's made it through all the phases. So presumably this is paid.
Right. Yeah. And Alt marked it as such. People have directly asked Alt in public settings, is it paid? And they've said, yes, it is. So every indicator that we can expect from a platform that an item is paid is present here.
Yes.
Okay, so now what? What do we? So I'll lead it off and just say that if this is in any way reflective of the Prism black market, then, to me that implies a. Let's put it this way: I would never buy that card at that price, and if I owned it, I would certainly sell it at that price, and that's very rare for me. I almost never feel that way about cards. I almost always value the card really strongly, but this is, 2023-24 Black Prism. He's also got a 22-23, a 21-22, a 20-21, a 19-20, and then the rookie 18-19.
I think a Shea did 180 last night on Alt.
Yeah,
it hasn't been paid yet, but
right. Yeah, I just and then there's a LeBron PSA 10 on Fanatics right now that's already into 6 figures too, and that still doesn't end for another week.
That one sold recently for that. Whoever bought that did not hold it long because it sold here for 175. So 200 grand less than the Luca.
Yeah.
And it's an earlier year. I think people maybe don't like this year as much for
And it's a 10.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And that Luca sold earlier last year.
Yes.
That exact Luca for a 10th or an 1/8 of the price. The same exact card.
It sold for 30,000
or like 40. I think it has 3 sales in the books. I think it has a 40 something
40,
sale.
43 in March of this year on Fanatics Premier.
Yep.
I don't see it. Oh, here it is.
Yep.
Yeah, 23.
Okay, so quite the ride.
That's a Vortex success story.
Right.
It's just
I don't know how the rest of them outside of the rookie don't come out for sale. Like if those cards are worth that much money, I'm shocked that people would keep them at that price.
Okay, I don't know. I just kind of wanted to see what you guys thought. I mean, it obviously stands out because it 10x in a year, and it was a big sale.
Dude, this is funny. A Vortex success story is like a nice late title. Joe caught it too. That's hilarious.
Can you go back to the questions one more time? I think there might have been one more that stuck out to me.
Sure.
Since I'm the I am interested in this 2025 really quick. Yes, 2025. People are noticing high sales and they're comparing it to Prisms. I think that's interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. So, like, real quick, I'll fly through the question from PLB Cards. He said, I've been watching 2025 Topps Chrome basketball auctions. I saw a Jokic red out of 5 sell for $9,000. Then I checked Card Ladder, and the highest sale of a non-rookie Prism Gold of Jokic was a 2017, which sold for $7,500. And that was just a few months ago. This is just one example, and we could come up with several caveats, such as that this is the first fully licensed Topps Chrome Jokic card. But has the Topps Chrome red out of 5 surpassed the Prism Gold out of 10 as the premier non-one-of-one parallel? That is the question.
No, there's just so much excitement and hype about this early part release of Topps Chrome, and just people wanting to be in on the first Topps Chrome, and they're just sort of like, I was seeing like LeBron red dazzles selling for $8,000, and there's just all kinds of big sales.
Yeah, and the angle that I took on this was that the red out of 5 versus the gold out of 10, the red is twice as rare.
Yeah, true.
You know, like we can just like blow past that, especially in the Panini era, because the out of 5s were like neon greens or these black golds. But on a sheer supply level, there's 10 Prism Golds and there's 5 Topps Chrome Reds. And
did Luka never make it into the set?
He didn't. No, he's not in Topps Flagship and he's not in Topps Chrome.
So that wow, that's crazy. I never followed up on that. That's wild because I just searched Luka and there's no sales. Jokic has the red out of 5 sale. Let me see Curry. Curry's got a bunch of stuff. A frozen fractor out of 4, image variation, red speckle, black speckle out of 10. Selling. These are sales over $5,000. He's got red refractor selling for $8,500.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are all of it is I don't know, so for example, Topps Chrome, this is the first Topps Chrome card that's licensed by the NBA for players like Jokic, although Topps Chrome was sort of ramping up with unlicensed releases from the year prior, and Jokic is on that too, but that is unlicensed. And then Topps Chrome, you know, as a product, it didn't debut in 2025-26. It debuted in 1996-97. And the Topps Chrome Superfractor for basketball debuted in 2004-05. And so, you know, I'm not quite sure when the red debuted, but it was sometime in the 2000s. And I just, you know, if there's a hope that sort of this product is going to be like a first in some sense, it is for like certain specific players, but it's not the first Topps Chrome basketball. It's not the first Superfractor for Topps Chrome basketball. It's not the first red for Topps Chrome basketball. This isn't really comparable in a lot of different ways to other firsts that are firsts in all the ways.
I was The thought that is going through my mind when I see these sales is towards the end of Panini, I'm sort of noticing the trend of like the breakers and the repackers are driving sort of like what cards people are going after, and it tended to be the case hits, the kabooms, etc. But with this first Topps Chrome, because there's so much product and so many people coming into the space, there's so much money being spent on all this, we're just seeing big sales across like every single card. Anything that's numbered, any case hit, anything rare, it doesn't even matter. Black geometric, red speckle, it doesn't matter. As long as it's like a big name player, it's somewhat rare, it's selling for huge money to recoup the cost of these expensive boxes and cases. That's my take.
Yeah, it's fair. I've just pretty much averted my eyes from looking at Topps Chrome.
And there's a ton of redemptions. Curry is all redemptions. LeBron is all redemptions. I don't see any autographs from those guys. Looks like Wembanyama has all on-card autos.
Got it.
But LeBron is signing in these? I kind of knew that, but holy crap.
Yeah.
Like, explain this. Luca isn't on the checklist of Chrome, but Maxi Kleba is.
Right.
Why is Luca not? Did
he-
we ever
he
get an
isn't-
explanation?
He is in Topps now. He has plenty of Topps Now cards, fully licensed in a Lakers uniform. They exist.
Specified Chrome.
No, I know.
Okay.
He's not in Chrome and he's not in Flagship.
Right.
But do the players don't have to negotiate that? I thought the NBA has the license to just make them.
Yeah, I mean the license conveyed clearly because he's in Topps Now.
But so why is he not in Topps Chrome?
Yeah, I don't know.
People say that he's going to be an update, but
I just don't get it. Like, you think someone from his team was like, keep us out of that set or else or something? What happened?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
There's not even like rumors, or we just completely we don't know because
completely in the dark.
Okay.
Yeah,
I see him in all these Topps Now ones. I'm looking through these, but that's it.
Yep, definitely has the Topps Now. But
okay, all right, cool. That's it. I feel better. Those were two that stood out to me. Do you see anything else that's like blowing your mind?
no, we can call it here. So, great questions. Thank you all for submitting them in advance to the show. If anybody wants to submit questions in the future, the mechanism to do that is through the Instagram account, where on Fridays of the show that we are going live, I post an ask for questions. You can put them in the comments. You can DM them to me directly. Questions are always welcome directly in DM. Sometimes people DM me questions even before I've posted the call for questions. I just sort of save them into a file. So that's always a way to do it. And then also in the story posts, I collect questions through like that little feature that Instagram provides as well. So that's the way to submit questions to the show. And now we choose a title. Christina?
Yes. First up, we have laziness usually wins these battles. I don't even remember what that was about.
The eBay sleeve.
Oh, right. Blowing off the dust. Thanks, Mo. The real zag is the zig when everyone is zagging. Or the real zag.
Thanks to Ruben for that.
Yeah, thanks to Ruben for that. Do I like these cards? Sure.
Good pause.
Thanks. Here's a big box of cards. You figure it out. A Vortex success story.
That one just makes me laugh. Anytime Vortex can get worked in a new way makes me laugh.
The Vortex.
Yeah, I think this is the winner to this week.
I also like blowing off the dust, unironically. I like to have two. You know, I don't want to just like pick a clear winner. I like to have two, but I think the Vortex is the best one.
What if I just zagged into blowing off the dust and then we have to go through a big zag? No, I know there's no zag. Vortex, I just laugh out loud when I see it. It's the one. A Vortex success story. Because anybody who knows the lore of the crossover is going to be intrigued by that right away.
Would you say that's our most iconic, recognizable crossover phrase?
Yes, and it's left the crossover
right
Vortex.
Like it's like in the actual dictionary of the hobby.
Yeah.
And people get what it means. People know what it means without any, they just sort of get it. Like if somebody says the flipper is Vortex, you just know what that is.
Yeah, every time someone messages me, "Oh, this guy has it, now this guy has it," I'm like, I can't even not picture the like, like the little
Vortex.
tornado emoji thing.
It's great. All right. Great show. Probably see you guys in June or July for the next one.
At this rate, we need to get back on track for first team All NBA though.
Right. Or we
yeah.
try to force them to change the rules.
Or we just call
villains.
this season a wash.
Yeah, we'll just
ride
it'll
it
be
out.
It'll be like every season for Joel Embiid.
Yeah. You're just like, oh damn, I missed it. Oh well.
The
It's like
Embiid of hobby podcast.
It's the third week of the season. I've missed all the games.
Yeah. Maybe if I cry harder, they'll give me a pity MVP trophy.
All right. That's going to do it.
I could flop around like on the screen and then yeah.
That will be the final image of this episode of Crossover.
You're welcome.
See you guys next time.